There are buy signals spotted for these three Malaysia stocks in the price action, and I find that one thing they are in common is that there are proposed bonus issues for either shares or warrants. So will this act as a catalyst for the price movement? So in this video, I'm going to show you in the chart and how you can actually participate these strong momentum stocks before the explosive move happen. So let's get started now. The first stock is the Samchem. So as we can see it here, Samchem has been trending up nicely. So it just formed a sort of like a cup and handle type of the pattern if you are a pattern trader. And in terms of the bonus issue, let me quickly go to here. So here's the news. Samchem proposed 1-for-1 bonus issue. That's on the 9th of April after market. So let's go back to take a look at the chart. 9th of April. So let's see. I guess that is somewhere around here. So this is 8th of April and this is the 9th of April. So it's right after market close. So there's the news saying that Samchem's proposed a 1-for-1 bonus issues, and the next day we see a gap up, but there's not much movement up. So the real movement happened right at the next bar, that is the breakout bar. So jump up and also commit above the previous resistance level. So this is indeed very bullish. So let's take a look at the chart right here. So one thing that we can see that is very stands out is the spike on also the parabolic movement to the upside. So we see that volume has been expanding to the upside, followed by a sell-off, profit taking. So this is the first leg down, followed by a second leg down as a test with decreasing of the volume. So indeed it's not that bearish at all, especially if we consider that this is sort of like the grinding down action rather than this sort of the sharp selling just within these 3 or 4 bars. So this is a very bullish characteristics. And subsequently we see that the price recovers, forming a trading range with decreasing of the supply, and eventually the lacking of the supply just propel the price up. And also it's just forming this first attempt to break out. So during this first attempt to break out, we definitely see some kind of the spike of the supply. So that's why I always discourage to take the first breakout, because the first breakout always attract a lot of the supply. So this is the supply zone, and during this first breakout, what we can see here is the spike of the supply. Despite that the supply has is a bit lower than this previous supply level, but still there is a spike of the supply. So this is definitely the localized spike of the supply. That's why we see this kind of the reaction. So it's always better to just wait for the reaction and see how deep is the reaction. So in this case, the reaction is relatively bullish. What we have here is a higher low right there. So after the reaction, we see another test of the previous reaction with almost negligence of the supply. Take a look at this. So this is a negligence of the supply level, and in terms of the price volatility has been contracting. So this is another sign of the bullish movement. So let me just zoom into the recent price movement. So right after the news of the proposed 1-for-1 bonus issues, we definitely see some kind of the moving up and also this breakout. So this is a relatively safe breakout trade. So definitely this is a buy signal to me. However, this is a very important clue. So the breakout also comes with the spike of the volume equal to the increase of both supply and demand. So in this case, demand is dominating, but definitely there is a lot of the supply coming out, which is also reflected in the next bar. So the next bar, we see this rejection tail followed by a lower supply level, and subsequently there is no follow through to the downside like the previous price movement. So that means that there is a supply absorption going on. So what we see in the next 3 bar here is very bullish. So there's definitely a lot of the supply absorption going on right there, as reflected in the both price and volume. So supply has been decreasing, and also together with the volatility movement, forming a little apex formation or a symmetrical triangle. So I suspect that the price can just continue to move up and break out of this previous swing high level and reach the all-time high level. Alright, so this is Samchem and is very bullish. Next stock is Samaiden. Samaiden is a relatively new stock, so you can see that this is the first day IPO right there. So that's last year in November. Okay, so right after that we see a spike of the price up and followed by this trading range. So there are a lot of the participation during the first few weeks of the trading since the IPO. Subsequently, we see the upthrust action right there, and eventually look at this. So this is the exhaustion of the supply, and there's not much participation in both sides. So there's no supply and also there's no demand as well. But in this case, what happened is we are seeing a higher low. So this is the low and we see the higher low, and right now we're seeing some kind of the flag pattern. So if we just zoom out and get a feel of the trading range, so during this grinding down price movement and comes with very negligent of the volume and actually form a higher low if we compare it to the previous swing low. So this is a first bullish clue, and subsequently if we just zoom out a bit, zoom in a bit, and we see that this up move comes with expanding of the volume followed by decreasing of the supply. So this is a very good sign, and subsequently we do get a spike of the bullish bar together with a spike of the volume and also this rejection tail. So this is kind of like a very typical flag pattern. So this is impulsive move, corrective flag, and then impulsive move followed by corrective flag. So could we see another kind of the breaking out? So with an impulsive move up again and then followed by a consolidation and then going up again. So this is what I predict that could happen in Samaiden. In terms of the immediate resistance level, definitely we have seen some spike of the supply right there that's shown up right in this volume pain. So definitely I think the price chart is bullish with the continuation to at least test the swing high level near 2 ringgit. Okay, and if we want to take a look at the proposal, so there's the news right here. So Samaiden proposed 1 for 2 bonus issue of warrants. So that is happened 7th of April, also after market. So let's just quickly go back and take a look at 7th of April after market. Probably is this bar right there. So even though it's after market, I think there are some people already know what's going on. That's why we see there's a spike of the volume. And also subsequently you see that people also sell into the news and taking profit, and for the latecomer just chase in and you get trapped right there, and here's a reaction. But anyway, the reaction is not that significant. Overall chart is still very bullish. Alright, so this is Samaiden, and I think anyway if we can just have some kind of the breakout from this flag structure or at least commit above 175, that could be a very bullish entry. Okay, so the last stock is RL, so Reservoir Link Energy. So let's take a look at the full picture. So this is also the IPO right there last year in probably August, and we see the spike of this IPO volume and followed by a reaction. So subsequently real participation come in during last year, somewhere around mid of the November. Definitely spike of the volume, expanding of the volume around 10 to 30 million, and we see this kind of the consolidation. So this is the downsloping type of the consolidation followed by a sign of strength rally, backing up action, and then another breakout followed by backup action again. So this is kind of like a staircase movement up. So let's zoom into the very recent price action. Okay, so what we see here, so that's the previous swing high level or the previous all-time high level. We definitely see the increase of the aggressive demand. So this bar, actually the breakout bar, comes with the spike of the volume breaking out, and also the next bar comes with even higher volume, but there is evidence of the supply as shown up in the supply tail. Fortunately, there is no follow through to the downside despite there is a presence of the supply right at this bar, so as you can see in this volume bar as well. So the next bar have a test but no follow through to the downside, so volume become very low, so it suggested that the supply has been exhausted. So this is some kind of the supply absorption process going on. Definitely I think there's a high chance to continue to the upside, to definitely break out of this previous all-time swing high level and continue to the upside. So definitely I think there could be some kind of the buy signals right there, but the stop might be a bit lower. Definitely need to put it somewhere below this low right there, maybe 74 or 73 cents. If you want to find out how to increase your winning rate and also other trading opportunities, check out the video that's showed on the screen right now, and do remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel and also to get my weekly exclusive update for trading and investing ideas, including the market updates, for free. So the link is in the description below. Thanks for watching. I will talk to you soon.